Hey, Vsauce! Azzapp here. Riot Games is a great video game company. Or is it? This is not gonna be one of those videos where I talk about how League of Legends in 2015 started losing its own identity and stuff like that. These are just few things I wanna talk about, and I wanna talk about what League should become. I think the biggest problem with Riot Games is straight up in the title, Riot Games. They didn't fulfill the title, they only have one game. I think for them to really achieve greatness, they need to branch out. It doesn't necessarily mean that they must make other video games right now. I think League of Legends has huge capacity to create their own unique world. Let's talk about one of the great examples which actually succeeded in this fully, which is Blizzard. Blizzard has created such a detailed universe with the Warcraft series that it's unbelievable. Every Blizzard game has slight references to the other Blizzard game, and they're kind of creating this massive universe. Like per se, every once in a while I'm gonna get an itch and I'll try to download Hearthstone, let's say, and I'm gonna play it for a couple of games until I realize it's pay to win and you can't play on that basis, but I digress. But just listening to one Murloc sound, like going makes me want to play World of Warcraft again from level 1 straight up. And then after that, I'm actually going to download Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos, then play through the campaign, go to Frozen Throne, then I'm going to go into Dota a little bit. Maybe after that, I'm going to play some Warlock 3D or a couple of those fun maps. Because that's what it does. It moves you into circles. It brings up nostalgia. Why are they doing that so effectively? One of the reasons is they have created such interconnected world that make people want to know more, make people want to dive into that world. That's why World of Warcraft has by far the most addicts in the world. That's technically not a good thing, but still, it shows you the power of the world they have created. Here's one thing that Blizzard has done better than League of Legends as well. Sounds. I'm talking about the nostalgic sounds, the sounds that transcend from one game to the other, that go deeper into the lore. If you listen to the, let's say, old Champion Select of League, you will actually remember how good the game was and you would want to play that game again, even though in the current state it's not as good as before. And this is where League needs to step up its game. Think about your favorite movie, favorite TV show, favorite anime. You know all of its soundtracks. Favorite video game, you know all of its soundtracks. If I listen to a little bit of Death Note soundtrack, I want to re-watch that shit right away. I'm taking a vacation for 2 days, I'm watching 37 episodes right there and I'm moving. That's what I'm doing. If I listen to Hiroyuki Sawano for a little bit, I want to watch Attack on Titan Season 1 right now. And that's how it works. That's how it works. They're implanted in your brain and forever will remain there. If I hear, let's say, Goblin sound from Gothic 2, I'm replaying my favorite RPG of all time. That's basically what I mean by sounds. And I think League of Legends can do a very much better job at this. When I was replaying Doom 2016 for a second time, I had this idea about League of Legends actually. How they could implement the Mick Gordon style of music. If you guys are not familiar with it, in Doom 2016, Mick Gordon has developed a very unique style of music that follows the player. The music gets more badass the more aggressive the fighting is in the game. And that's a very good concept. And I think that can be translated into many games, including League of Legends. Hell, that would work superb on the new DMC5. That would be insane. It would be easy to track your progress with the like A, S, SS, SSS rank. That would be actually really good, but I digress. League of Legends can do that very simplistically. It has very clear variables on whether you're doing good or not. So the more of a kill streak you're getting, the music should become a little bit more tense. And if you get a double kill, triple kill, the music should hype you up to make you feel that. Okay, but what kind of music? Now that's the question. We clearly can't go for every single champion, because maybe we could make it a purchasable music pack for a champion, maybe even community made. That would be really good. Community can make some money, Riot would get the good cut, same like WoW, Steam, but that's extremely complex. So I thought about it before and I figured it would be the best to do it by regions. Let's say you can have like Demacia music, like heroic based music, Noxus music, you can have like Void music. That can be very simply purchasable. They can make like 3 to 5 songs at the start, and just like, so people could purchase that sound pack, enable it in-game, and when they play their favorite Void champion, aka vel'koz for me, I would just enjoy the hell out of the music and feel the power between every double kill, triple kill, pentakill. It would be insane. It would bring up a new dimension of League of Legends enjoyment. Because League, let's be honest, like, it's lost all of its like new game charm by now. It's been washed out. So your enjoyment in the current game will not be directly connected whether you win that game or lose, whether you win LP or lose. It's not a grind, it's an enjoyment. So they can even borrow something from, let's say, Hearthstone in there. They can make single campaigns for Demacia, Noxus, Void, whatever, Ionia, I don't even know. So they make these like solo missions, let's say, that which would be purchasable definitely by Riot points, so they can make some money on it. And after you beat that campaign, you unlock maybe the sounds of that region, and you can use that in your games. If they correctly implement the sounds in League, there will be clear parameters whether the sound should be high pitched, the tense, the music should become more aggressive. When the music gets a little bit more hyphy, they can actually leave a little bit of check mark on the replay. So you actually know exactly where your highlights are. It can be a very powerful tool of getting highlights in there. You can just go into your replay, browse through like 4 highlights. You can even make a tool to cut them out. Maybe even like the highlight of the game for you specifically gets cut out. And whatever, that's just a whole other universe of ideas. So what I'm basically saying is that League should deepen its roots. They need to make you explore the lore. They need to make people feel connected with the lore. Maybe through campaign you learn a little bit more on the lore of every single region. You unlock their music. It makes you feel proud. It makes you enjoy the game way more. It immerses you into that world. I assure you, if that were to happen, Riot would not be losing money. That wouldn't take too much time to create, and they would earn such huge revenue from that because it will refresh the game completely. One other thing is they can do is they can release their API or game editor and basically make a community maps. They just release all the tools and let the community run with it. Community would make way better maps than they can ever imagine. That's a fact. You can even make it like so it's purchasable. Either through money or Riot points, the maps can be purchasable if someone invests a lot of time in it. It can be free, of course. And once purchased, again, like Steam, Valve, Market, like just Riot Games takes a cut, easy. Everyone wins. That will bring a whole other dimension of gameplay with your friends. And finally, after doing a couple of these things, they would so deepen the lore, they would get people so damn invested that people would be fully prepared for the large MMO. I think that would be a really good step. They clearly have substantial amount of resources to pull it off. The only question is it worth? Is it worth it? It will be worth it if a lot of people get invested in it. How to get people invested into the Runeterra, the world the League has created. Current lore is a good tool, but not used by many. We need to bring the lore to the forefront. And I think solo missions with music in there would make a real huge impact and would make people crave the MMO version. As you guys know, I love video game design. I've made like a couple of my own games for university and for myself. And I thought about this MMO idea for a while, and I really have a lot of ideas in there as well, but it's gonna be way too much, so I'm not gonna share them. I'm not gonna take any more of your time. Maybe in another video, I don't know. Anyway, I really think that's what League should strive to become, ultimately. Like, they need to become their own brand. They need to become... Riot Games needs to make their own world. League of Legends, as it is not enough. Esport is holding it in. That's the only crucial aspect of the game that exists. And it hasn't been increasing for a while. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I really needed to scratch that itch. I just had to express myself, and that's pretty much it. I like giving my opinions here. If you guys are interested in these types of videos more, be sure to leave a like, write a nice comment, and maybe give a topic that you like to discuss or anything, because I like doing this. This is a very fun new way of interacting with you guys, and I really like it. Thank you guys for watching the video. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for me, and I'll see you guys on the stream. Daily content boys.